try to do our interview in between
no stress.
flying by.
Yep.
This is probably one of the most unconventional time attack cars here at World Time Attack. What is going on here? What is this?
Yeah, so it's a Datsun 1600 or 510. And just been progressing over the years, really, and trying to make it, a little bit closer to what a time attack car should look like and go like, and yeah.
But this is a square.
Yeah, it's like it's trying to make a brick aerodynamic.
Yeah.
It's,
you guys specialize in Datsuns?
Not really, so Datsun's just my thing, but V-Sport, where we do brakes, is our main thing, brakes and safety equipment. But yeah, the Datsuns, I just, always been fond of them and, have a few.
And was this a pretty common car here in Australia?
Yeah, back in the day, they were very common. Yeah, lots of road cars, and then very popular in rallying. Probably not so much in circuit racing, but gravel rallying, they're very popular. As they've got older, obviously they get more expensive, so less people like running around the track.
Were they unloved as new cars, or were they sought after right away?
I think initially, they were because they were quite cheap, but they were just a runaround car. And then obviously they got a bit of a cult following because they were such a good thing.
Is it pretty easy to get one nowadays?
They're getting harder to find good ones. They're certainly harder to find. So yeah, if you've got a good one, you hang on to it generally.
Let's take a Turk break as he goes by. Glorious.
Amazing, I love it.
Glorious. Let's talk about the motor package.
Yep, so it's a SR20 turbo, still 2 litre. It's got an EFR turbo on it with a full race manifold, 7670, plasma mount intercooler and inlet manifold, drive-by-wire throttle, runs on M20 ECU and a Samsonite sequential gearbox.
Sequential?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the best thing I've done to the car.
Could this be the only 510 that you know of that has a sequential transmission?
No, there's actually quite a few people around that do roll racing and gravel rallying and that type of thing. They've got sequentials in them. It's very popular now.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So then in this configuration, what kind of fuel are you running?
Runs the 85.
And how much, have you dynoed this?
Yeah, so it makes about 360 kilowatts on 25 pounds.
So that's what,
just under 500 horsepower.
Under 500 horsepower,
yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, yeah.
Because I can't imagine this weighs that much.
Weighs just over 1,000 kilos.
Amazing. So then, what have you done to make this square a little more aerodynamic or useful as a time attack vehicle?
Yeah, so we put a splitter on it that goes back to the cross member. Obviously tried to get the air around the front of the car and out of the back of the wheel. Obviously, mandatory wing.
So it is a lot wider. You have some custom over fenders?
Yeah, custom over fenders. They're actually off a Group C RX-7 that we made fit. And basically custom side skirts.
Uh-huh. It is a lot wider than stock.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But it is still a square.
Yeah, it's still a brick.
Yeah. So then, still stock glass in the back?
Yeah, glass windows. It's got Perspex windows, fiberglass doors.
Oh. So I didn't realize this. I only saw the front of this. This is a sedan.
It is a sedan.
What made you want to do a sedan?
Well, to be honest, with 2 doors for us, we didn't get. They only came in the US, so they're very hard to get, very expensive. So sedans are super popular for us, but I think for America it's the other way around. They all want 4 doors because you guys didn't get them.
Right. So then this is the sedan version, but you also have a wagon too.
Yeah.
Wagons were pretty popular here.
Yeah, they were good. Amazing.
So then, what did you do to the back? You shaved it?
It's just got the bumper bar taken off, and that's pretty much how it was. It's still got the factory Datsun rear end, but with some obviously modification.
So what is it, like a R1,
basically just
R160 or something?
R180 diff,
okay.
but just with modifications so we can adjust the camber and tow a bit easier.
Oh. I'm really, really surprised that there's a lot of factory stuff on this.
Yeah, look, it's, as wild as it is, we still want it to look like a Datsun and sort of be that, I guess, a little bit different than the typical time attack car.
So what class does this run in?
It runs in open, so, we're not competitive, but we're just having a good time and trying to better myself.
You just want to drive and enjoy
yourself.
yourself.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what year is this vehicle?
71.
This was never meant to go this fast.
No, definitely not. Like it's, inside there's nothing really left.
So I never had a chance to look closely at an Australian market 510.
Yep.
Was this actually called a 510?
No, we called them as 1600.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Because it came with a 1.6 liter?
Yeah, so it was the code they use. I think like the chassis code for them is a P510. That's why they're 510s in
Right.
most of the world. But yeah.
Huh, okay. The inside is very, very clean.
Yeah, it's just got a carbon dash.
This can't be, this is probably from something else.
Yeah, it's just a universal dash that Sydney Composites do.
Got it.
We've got a pedal box in it. Yeah, just...
AP Racing pedal box. Samsonus.
Yep.
Sequential. It's so crazy to see this in a 510.
It's the first time I drove it, it was amazing. It was the best thing I've done to the car. It's great.
Did you get this car a long time ago when this was very
Yeah, so I've
affordable?
had the car for about 5 years and slowly transitioning to this. So I think the first time I came to Eastern Creek, I did a 1 minute 55, and yesterday I did a 38.9. So it's come a long way.
Congrats.
Yeah, come a long
That's
way.
actually really fast.
Yeah, so very
I
happy.
don't think I could even get that fast on the sim with a whatever car.
Yeah.
I remember at one point in the US, you couldn't even give these cars away.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, there was one point you could buy a pretty good one for $500, and I'm sure it was probably the same way here.
Yeah, for a long time they were, because people used to rally them and they'd crash them and you just buy a new one and start again. But yeah, they're certainly, it's getting harder now and they're more expensive. So
This is very clean though.
yeah, we'll try and make it look as good as possible. And
Nice cage work. Oh, you guys have air jacks in this?
yeah, so it's always a pain to jack up. So this is a new addition this year. Put air jacks in it.
Whoa. That is so nice. Again, I couldn't imagine seeing a 510 with air jacks.
Yeah, I
but
don't think
here
there's
we
many
are.
510s with air jacks.
Here we are. Is that what it's on right now?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that is so neat. That's how we're able to see underneath it. Easy. Huh. So then, did you have to modify this a lot to fit the Samsonus?
No, to be honest, the tunnel's pretty factory all the way to just to where it rises up, just because the gearbox is a lot taller, so it's just got an extension on there just to fit the gearbox.
Got it.
And then it's all factory back through to there.
Ah. What a cool car. I love that you you still have this.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is it taped up like this so it doesn't
the
move?
clip came off and kept falling off, so it's still an
Old
old car.
Datsun things.
Yeah,
Old Datsun things, yeah.
And obviously it's got AP Racing brakes on the front, Brembo on the back.
What'd you do for coilovers?
They're an Australian company, MCA Suspension. So it runs their coilovers front and rear.
And then they're like welded on, or how does
so
that
they're
work?
onto the bottom strut. So they do an off-the-shelf kit, so you basically send them your front struts.
Because these cars are popular enough where they have to have like that application.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's such a great looking car. Love the livery.
Yeah, thank you.
Love I just love these vehicles. I never had a chance to build one of these, but I mean, it's never too late, you know, but the price of entry is pretty high now. So what about the hood?
That's from Japan. They still make carbon parts for them. The boot's carbon as well. So just try and make it as light as possible.
What a cool car. Do you think you'll be able to go faster?
I tried this morning, but just overcooked it a little bit. So we'll have another go this afternoon. And
What's your goal?
Look, to be honest, I've already achieved my goal yesterday by going faster than last year. So just happy now, hanging out with some mates and have a good time.
Okay. We gotta shoot your wagon.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. All right.
Is it weird for you when you come to your car and then like other people are ogling over it?
Yeah, look, I've had it for a long time now, so obviously I like it, but yeah, it's always nice to see other people appreciate it, so yeah.
I'm just gonna say it right now. So you had this parked in front of the V-Sport booth at GTR Fest just a couple months ago, just across the street from Sydney Motorsport Park. And I was tasked with choosing, like my pick of the show, like Larry's pick, right? So I wanted to pick this, honestly, but this wasn't even entered in the show. So I picked something else, which is fine, but this really spoke to me. Just the fitment, the finish, the theme, all of it is just incredible.
Thank you,
It's
appreciate
so
it.
beautiful. Can we do a deep dive into this build?
Absolutely.
So this is like a street car build?
Yeah, so I've had it for about 11 years now. Bought it it was just sitting in a carport. It was white, basically. Originally we built it with an L series, but it had ITBs on it. and ran around like that for probably 3 or 4 years. And then I decided I wanted a little bit more power and do something different, and looked at all the options. I didn't want to just put an SR in it, and the K-swap made the most sense.
Is this your first K-swap build?
Yeah, yes.
So then how did it go? I haven't done one of these yet, so I don't even know.
Pretty straightforward. So basically, factory cross member with the mounts cut off. The actual mount kit is for an S2000 K-swap. That one's, as it comes off the shelf, that one was just shortened a bit.
It actually fit in.
So you weld the new mounts onto the cross member. And then basically we did a slight mod to the tunnel for the S. It's got S2000 6-speed gearbox in it.
Oh, that is so cool. See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Because it's on airbags, I didn't want the sump lower than the cross member, so it's up probably a little bit higher than what it would normally be. So we just needed to clearance the tunnel.
Got it.
And then, basically it's sort of...
And then this motor, it's... I'm surprised that it clears the hood.
Yeah, it's pretty close. Like, it just with the air filters on it, it just touches in a couple of spots. But yeah, look, we tried to get it as low as we could without sitting on the floor with it.
The headers, so...
Yeah, it's a very custom thing. V-Sport used to have a workshop, and we made them in-house. Again, it wasn't ever about the performance or anything. I just really like the look of that style of header. And
it just looks so good. Yeah. It looks incredible.
But it's a little bit neglected. It's a little bit dirty. I haven't had time to do anything with it. So.
What a beautiful build. So then, how was the condition of this car when you started out?
It's pretty good, but it's basically like, imagine a car that's been sitting for 20 years in a carport, so filthy dirty, faded paint, all the rest of it.
And then did you change the color?
Yeah, so it was white originally. So
okay. What color is this?
It's actually a Nissan color. So it's
what?
A Nissan color.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very close to the R35 GDR color.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Honda T. So why is it called Honda T?
Honda. So Honda and Datsun.
So you got that custom made?
Yeah, so we got the T made up and then made it fit on the rocker cover.
Honda.
So, yeah.
I like that. That's neat. So then, what are the ITBs out of? What is this system from?
So it's a Gen V system out there out of the UK. So it's a K-swap kit for those. They do these separate runners just to lay it over a bit. We had to do that to get a little bit more clearance.
Oh, you asked them to custom
they
do that?
They make them for different cars, and they were able to make that work for this. But as far as it goes, with the L series, I think it made 70, 85 kilowatts to the wheels.
Yeah.
And this nearly makes 200, so, it's a big, big difference.
Yeah, and even this being a wagon, it's still pretty lightweight.
Oh, yeah,
because
it's still fun to drive.
Small it is. And I'm assuming it's not that much more heavier than the sedan.
No.
Yeah.
And look, it was never meant to go fast, but, it's a nice cruiser and it makes all the right noises.
It is so beautiful. So did you guys have to do any body work at all? Fix any rust?
A little bit. There's a little bit in the door, the guards, but overall it was a very, very good shell.
So cool. So then these are called the Datsun 1600 wagons?
Yep.
And that's your actual plate?
Yes. Yep.
16 slow. I love it. I love the Japanese classic plates that you guys
they only
are
released
able
them
to
a few
get.
years ago, so they look good.
Yeah. Huh. What a great build. So tell me about the wheel and tire combo.
Yeah, so they're a work wheel. Probably the only thing the body really hasn't been cut up, so it won't go any lower in the rear because of the lip that the wagon has. If I had my time again, I probably would have cut it out before I painted it, so it got a bit lower in the rear.
How much lower do you want to go? Look how low it is. It's so
always
low
want
already.
More. But basically, otherwise, it's factory body. A little bit of modification under the back seat for the bigger diff. And clearance and so forth.
Oh, what kind of diff does it have?
It's actually a cut-down Commodore diff, which is a local Australian car.
Huh? Why did you do that versus a 180?
Just because these have got a full diff, not the small R180 diff, so they're like a live axle.
Oh.
And the factory diff is very weak.
So that's the difference between this
wagon.
and the wagon and the sedan. Okay.
And then we put endless brakes front and rear.
Very JDM.
Yep.
So did you get the wheels custom made?
No, they're just off the shelf offset. Just made them work. So it took a little bit, lots of measuring to get it right, but worked out really well.
Looks great. Can we take a look at the interior?
I didn't bring the keys up.
Oh, you didn't?
I don't know if it's locked. But basically, inside, it's still got factory dash, but we put an M-Tron digital dash in it. Recaro seats retrimmed, and then the factory rear seat matched, trimmed to match.
It looks really good. So then, why did you go with the M-Tron setup?
Look again. Like the old dash was sort of looking a bit tired, and just with the newer engine, I thought I'd just put something a bit newer in it, and does all the right things.
So good. Is it pretty hard to get parts for this here?
There's companies doing a lot of reproduction parts now, bumper bars, bonnets, guards, quarter panels. The Datsun, the wagon doors are slightly different to sedans. They're slightly taller at the back. And the really hard thing to get is the tail lights for a wagon in the Australian specs. So the US ones had a full red light. We obviously have the orange one for Australia, but they're hard to get.
But like you got a lot of new old stock stuff for this
They're
vehicle?
pretty hard to get. They were new old stock. Someone actually ran into it though a number of years ago, and I haven't been able to fix that tail light. Yeah, so I haven't been able to get one.
So good. So then what kind of air system is on
So
it?
it's air ride management with air ride front sleeves. That was probably one of the hardest parts. It was really hard because I'd never done airbags before, and finding someone that wanted to help. In the end, kind of nutted out ourselves and made it work. So it's just a custom mount in the back with just a universal rear bag.
It's just clean. There's no really other way to put it.
It's got an electric water pump, so that's all gone off the front. No power steering or anything like that. So it's very, very minimal on there, what it needed.
What did you have to do? What kind of radiator is that?
That's still the same one that I had when I had the L series in it. It's all we did was just that bottom neck to get the water over to this side.
Oh, yeah, because it's on the other side.
Yeah, on the L series is on the other side. So that was the only change.
How does this drive?
Yeah, it's good. It's doesn't matter what you do to it. It's still an old Datsun.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a nice cruiser. It's got power when you want it, and it's a good thing to drive.
It's got to be pretty loud then, huh?
It's not too bad. Like it's when you certainly up it, it's loud with the induction, and just generally Hondas are louder than normal. So yeah, but.
So what does this rev out to?
We turned to about 8.5. It could probably go more, but don't need to on the street.
But the motor itself, is it stock internals?
No, it's got forged pistons, standard rod, standard crank. It's got Kelford cams, springs and retainers.
So what is this one out of? Was this out of an Australian market car?
Yes, a Honda Accord.
And then you just got the motor?
Yeah, it was I had an original motor in it that I bought to do all the mock-up. That was a $400 second-hand engine, and that ran in the car for 12 months. And then we built this one just to make it a little bit more reliable.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for showing us this
for taking the time.
vehicle. It's just so clean. There's no other way to put it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to support us directly, go to larrychenprints.com. I print and sign every single one of these. This is the perfect gift, or it's the perfect piece of art for your wall.